I have finally beat Fallout New Vegas, and it was a good experience. What I mean by that is, usually I play competitive games like Counter-Strike, Call of Duty, and then recently Escape from Tarkov. But I decided to switch it up a little bit. You see the point? I can count on my hand how many games I've beaten. Subnautica, Zelda, Ocarina of Time, and now New Vegas. The idea of a Fallout game where a bomb comes down, destroys the whole world, post-apocalyptic feeling, you know, radiation everywhere, stuff getting mutated, insects, animals, humans. I don't know. The whole idea is just awesome. Everywhere from this cute gecko to the scary deathclaw. And that's just a baby deathclaw. That's not even an adult one. I don't even know if there's an adult one in the game. I really don't. Now the story starts off where you're a courier and you get double crossed by a guy in a suit named Benny.
The game was rigged from the start.
Luckily, he has very bad aim because he shoots you in the head, but the doc picks you up. So I guess could have did better. Honestly, I wasn't sure about the stats, right? I get frustrated in these games, and my main goal was to have a good playthrough and to actually make it all the way through, right? I didn't want to get overwhelmed, and I didn't want to quit. So I went to the internet, and they gave me a good starting stat, and I was happy with that. Back to Benny. See, I find it very funny for a guy that double-crossed many people, including myself. He wore the most iconic suit ever that anyone came across him, knew exactly who he was because of that goddamn suit. I just think that's freaking hilarious. Obviously, it was a bad idea because tracking him down was very easy. We talked to Mr. Deputy Beagle here. He remembers quite a bit about the suit guy and points me in the right direction. But unfortunately, Mr. Beagle here, his stealth isn't the greatest at all. And I went in there and killed many people to rescue his ass. And he literally couldn't help me and had to run back to his hideout. Not cool. But at least he told me where Benny is. Now this is where we meet one of the most iconic factions there are in New Vegas. Caesar's Legion. Now you start to think something's up when you slowly walk up to what it looks like is a crucifix. And then as you get closer, you just notice there's actually bodies on top of the crucifix. And they're still alive, probably screaming in agony. And it's part of the Powder Gang. So I guess Caesar and Powder Gang don't like each other. So that was pretty easy to spot there. So obviously you can see the Legion watching you. And the reason why they wanted to keep you alive is so you can spread their gossip and word of what happened here when you double cross them.
To memorize every detail. And then, when you move on, I want you to teach everyone you meet the lesson that Caesar's Legion taught here.
At this point, I got a little bit of EBGBs with Caesar's Legion, and I think we're going to have a very bad time with them. Now, this trail leads pretty quickly to New Vegas. I can see Vegas in the distance. See, what I'm expecting is green grass, lights flashing, people walking around drunk, just a very happy vibe. No, I was totally wrong on that one. So, when you get into the first part of it, there's like two rings of Vegas, I guess you could say. The first ring is where you meet the psychopath, drug addict, want to murder you, starving kind of people in the wasteland. And it actually caught me off guard.
Looking for a fix, man?
These drug addicts, like look, this guy lured me back into an alley to murder me. Didn't go well with them, but pretty interesting touch in this game, that's for sure.
The boys and I here want to get to know you better.
After that, my mission was just to find Benny. I wanted to find him and probably murder him. That was the idea, but who knows? This is Fallout. Anything can happen. But he seems to be behind some type of paywall.
Strip requires an official passport or proof that you are carrying the required minimum balance.
2,000 caps to get through. I did look at these, I think they're called Securitrons. Yeah, I saw this fellow trying to run in and he didn't really make it. So that is when I started to sell things, because I am a natural hoarder in every video game. And luckily I didn't sell anything until this point. So I went off to sell as many items as I can to get those 2,000 caps just so I could get my ass through that door. Because I don't know any other way to do it. I did walk around to see if there was a little crack in the hole. the wall, you know, but there's nothing. But finally, I made it inside the heart of Vegas. And yes, it is as beautiful as I thought it was going to be. You know, green grass, trees, lights, drunk people, dancing idiots. Like it's literally what I wanted, and I'm pretty happy about that. I was immediately stopped by a robot telling me that Mr. House wanted to speak to me urgently. I decided to ignore that because Benny was not far from here, and I'm gonna go talk to him first. I think that would have been a great idea first. Mr. House is on hold for now. And it was pretty easy finding Benny, and he was actually pretty shocked about it because he did put a bullet in my head and expected me not seen again. So talking to Benny, he was shocked, and then he said we should talk in private and go up to his penthouse, I believe it was. And I never thought about anything bad was going to happen. I thought we were going to talk about it and maybe join Alliance and go from there. I was completely wrong. There was some goons come up to kill me, and yeah, I did not expect that, so I tried to book it as fast as I can and run away.
Do me a favor and stay dead this time, eh? Good night, all. Over here! Come on!
So Mr. Benny is gone now. So next, I had to go see House. Mr. House was not what I expected. I was expecting, you know, a human, not a computer program. He took me off guard, that's for damn sure. He was trying to lure me into liking him because he told me that Benny is with Caesar and you should go see Caesar and go from there, because his idea was the platinum chip has to be used where Caesar is, but he didn't give me much details about it until I got there. So let's set sail and go meet wonderful Caesar. This should just be fantastic. Exciting and frightening at the same time. I open those drapes and I see Caesar. Caesar wants me to use the chip, go down there and destroy everything because he doesn't want Mr. House anymore. He wants Mr. House out of the picture so he could be in charge of Vegas. Don't you think it's funny, even though the world has pretty much ended and the population is very limited, that the human race is still the same? They all want to be empowered, and instead of working together to make a better place, it's just pure chaos and whoever has the biggest dick wins. Now I know House and Caesar on that top A list of what I wanted to murder quickly. I want them out of the picture. We got to figure that out slowly, but we're going to try and probably work them against each other. Oh, hi, Benny. Luckily, Benny is nice enough to let me know how I could stop both of them. I got to go meet this person called Yes Man. I need to meet Yes Man, and it's a very odd name for a person, but I'm starting to think he might not be a person because he also said that he made him Yes Man helpful, so I don't know yet. We're going to have to see that one out.
Whatever Mr. House would have wanted you to do. And when you get back to the strip, you find Yes Man. I made it so that cat can't help but be helpful. Dig?
So maybe not a person? Well, time will tell. And I'm actually starting to like Benny a little bit, but unfortunately he did double cross me, and actually twice. So I do probably have to murder him. I have no choice on that one. So with that knowledge, I go underground and I use a platinum chip and I open this door. As going down, I was introduced to many, many killer robots, turrets that want to murder me. But the eerie part about this, as I go further in, you can see past the glass the robots on standby, and you can tell that this is an army of robots. Mr. House wants to unlock these robots to basically control Vegas and have no issue, probably to push out many, many factions so he can be in charge of everything. Now, before going back to House with this chip of his, I need to talk to Caesar because I got unfinished business with Benny. As much as I'm starting to like him, he's got to go. He's going to triple cross me if for some reason I get him out of there. Maybe in another lifetime, Benny and I could be pals, but not this time. It's time to say goodbye.
Nah. Do it, baby. Fair kill.
So now it's time to go to Vegas. Before we go see House, we got to go talk to Yes Man. Yes Man is going to explain on how we can murder House, I believe. So let's go talk to this Yes Man. Now it's funny because I got stopped by a guy in a trench coat, and he was selling weapons that you can actually keep concealed when you get stripped down there into the casinos. And I thought that was funny because why didn't I see him before when I got jumped by all those thugs of Benny's? Yeah, that would have been pretty helpful. But oh well. Picked up some brass knuckles. Let's go see Yes Man. Finding Yes Man was actually a little difficult because you had to go to an elevator in the back to go up and then find him in a room that out. It was interesting. But the first time setting eyes on Yes Man,
what can I do for you today?
oh, we're gonna be buddies. Look at that smile, and he's just cheery. Anything he says, he's so upbeat. I freaking love it. So let's put all our trust in Yes Man. You know, a robot. Yeah, robots. Now, hold on. Think about this for a second. You want to put faith into a robot that's going to control probably all the other robots. Think about that for a second. That never ends well, does it? Now it's time to go see Mr. House. And to think about this, there's got to be somewhere in his penthouse where he is in a server, and I got to destroy his server. So I did a couple things, didn't work out the way I wanted to, but finally I saw the door. I got through. And as I'm going through this eerie area, Mr. House is still alive, which I didn't realize. He's got the hat probably bringing his thoughts to the computer. And then he's got like this heart machine pumping his heart. He's got a stomach machine probably feeding him. And then he's got a pee-pee poo-poo machine, right? So that's where all the waste goes. And it was actually pretty interesting concept. And he's been alive for many years. I actually don't know how many years, but he should be dead. Just like that, he's got to be taken out of the picture, unfortunately. And just like that, I got to use my brass knuckles. I just have to. At this point, I thought that was a little too easy, and I thought that was pretty much the end of the game. I thought like that was the whole purpose of the game, but I was completely wrong on that one. It threw me off. I'm not. There are so many missions in this, and I kind of just wanted to do the main storyline because if I started veering away, I feel like I would have got over it. So just doing the main storyline, that's it. I bet you I missed so many missions that were pretty fun and exciting and funny. But on top of that, I'm not even sure. I'm pretty sure I'm playing some DLCs. I basically downloaded it from Game Pass and I pressed play. So I'm not 100% sure if the DLCs are included, and I don't know what the DLCs are, but here we are. Now, where were we? Mr. House is dead. Yes Man is uploaded to the mainframe. He also explained to me what the security chip, that little chip does, and long story short, Securitrons weren't using all their main weapons. They were just using secondary weapons. So basically, these robots are going to be super powerful. Robot controlling other robots. I think the human races are screwed, but we already kind of went this route, and we can't back up now. We got to continue. We got to go full throttle on this route. At this point, Yes Man wanted me to go meet all the other factions to see if we have any issues, to take them out of the picture and stuff like that. Our first stop was the Boomers. That one was very interesting because they're called Boomers because they like blowing shit up with like air strikes. So trying to get to the actual base, you got to get past these airstrikes to actually talk to them. It took me a while to figure it out, probably a good hour. Finally get past, talk to the guy in the gate, and he was surprised I made it. But guess what? I'm a smart son of a gun. So go in there. I helped the Boomers out with some things. They seemed pretty good in a sense, and I had no issues with them. They just don't want to be bothered. They just want to be stuck in their own little corner and left alone. Next thing it was the powder gang leader, Cook. This one was just weird. It was just a bunch of inmates kind of hiding in a vault. Didn't really jive on me. Kind of moved on pretty quick after that. So I was warned about the death clause, but I didn't expect them to be literally right after the vault. So I decided to use my knuckle dusters and go full full throttle with a Deathclaw knuckle dusters is probably not the smartest thing you want to do. That didn't work out well. What I did figure out is if you cripple their legs, they move slowly. So what you have to do is you got to cripple their legs and keep on kiting them, let's say, and wear them down slowly. After that, I killed a couple, and I just didn't want to see them ever again because I wanted to kill them and then make armor out of them. But unfortunately, that wasn't the thing. I think they dropped a Deathclaw, and I'm not 100% sure what that's for, but it would have been cool if you could have made Deathclaw armor, I think. The Great Khans, and then the emo guy. I don't know why he was there. I think it's just because he had protection, but he hated the Great Khans, and he had to do this initiation where he had to get beat up and try to survive. And if you survive, you're in. If you die, well, you're dead.
Nothing really.
I walked through the base quite a bit. I couldn't find their leader, and I'll be honest, kind of got over it, and I just kind of disappeared from there. Now the Brotherhood. The Brotherhood of Steel. This faction always excites me. Just from watching it in the series and some other little online things, you know, they seemed very badass, powerful, but I'm not sure why they were hiding in a hangar, in a bunker, right? I thought they were more powerful. Like on the show, they were
How did you find
flying around in blimps, but in this one they're just hiding in a bunker. I'm not sure about that. Maybe you could explain that a little bit in the comments, but
You took an extreme risk
they also
in
put
coming
an
here.
explosive collar on me because they didn't trust me. So my mission was I had
The
to
security of this bunker is my
get rid of an
foremost concern.
NCR guy.
And I
So he
take
was basically
pains to
there and he was going
minimize
to
our
set up
exposure
base, but they were too, it was too
For this
close to the
reason,
Brotherhood. So I went to go talk to him and tried to convince him to leave. But unfortunately, he didn't want to leave. So I asked him, does anyone know you're here? He said, no, no one knows you're here. So, knuckle duster. Luckily, that was that. And I went back to the bunker. And Brotherhood of Steel was happy with me because they had a mic and they heard the whole conversation. And they took off the explosive collar. And that was pretty much it for the Brotherhood of Steel. They were still pretty badass, though. I know I'm probably missing some factions, but the two on the Vegas Strip, the, what is it, Omertas and the White Gloves, they were pretty damn boring and not threatening enough. I could give two shits about them. So I decided to leave them go, move on. Went to Yes Man, told them everyone's A-okay, just leave them alone. So it's time for the final battle, right? So we are going to the dam, and this is where the Great War is going to happen. What I'm confused about is I thought the NCR hated me, but when I showed up, they were pretty much there opening arms, wanting me to come in. Maybe the idea is we had to work together to get rid of a bigger threat, like Caesar himself. So the idea was we had to go into the dam and go into the control room. We had two choices, though. Choice number one would be reroute the power and basically to the Securitrons to activate them all. So yeah, you would have an army, or the other one would be destroy the dam's power and the NCR would just not care anymore, and something about Caesar, I'm not sure exactly about that one. So going into the control room, I thought to myself, let's just reroute the power and create the army of robots. I think this is just a fantastic idea. Like I said, robots, what can go wrong, right? Oh, and I also got myself some power armor. Pretty cool about that. I'm happy about that. But now it's time to finish what I had to do. I had to go see Caesar and I had to destroy him. That was my game plan. Now, going there, I expected to see Caesar, but I didn't expect to see the coolest motherfucker I've ever seen. The coolest armor I've ever seen in a video game. I was so excited to murder him, to get his armor and his sword. And I would be happy. I would just walk around with that armor and I'll be the happiest guy ever. Legate Lenius, I believe it's called. He was a pain in the ass, I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was gonna be a little difficult, but not difficult of pain in the ass. I tried many things. I tried to shoot him, blow him up, tried to flame him. Nothing really worked. So I went online just to get an idea of how to do this. One of them was to snipe him in the head, and as you can see, it did absolutely nothing. Second was put explosives at the end of the stairs and then shoot them. I had no explosives. So thought to myself, I've got some power fists and I got a lot of drugs on me. So I took all the drugs I possibly can and I went to town with power fists. I went to town with power fists. Good hour of reloading in and trying to kill him with the power fist. Finally killing him with the power fist. And I was super excited. Went to go loot him. No armor. I was so mad. There was literally no armor, but at least there was a sword. And, you know, the Legion was still around. The ones that tried to jump me while I was trying to kill him. Well, there was only one thing I had to do. I had to use the sword. Now I thought, we're not done yet. We got to go find Caesar. So I looked everywhere. I couldn't go through the tent because it was locked on the other side. A tent locked on the other side, right? So let's get out of there. So as we're getting out, the gate gets exploded by NCR, Mr. Leader guy. He comes in. He's happy with what I did. I don't trust him. So smart thing to do is tell him about my buddies in the back. He got scared. We annihilated him, killed them. Pretty sure NCR is gone. Which
come on, you sons of bitches.
I thought NCR was the good people. Maybe I was wrong, or maybe I'm bad. But it was funny. By the end of it, it was really hard to pick a faction because I don't think there was a winning in this. Because after this was all done, Yes Man basically said he was going to mess around with his programming so he could do more.
I found some code snippets in one of Mr. House's databanks that will let me, reprogram my personality to be a little more assertive, basically.
So, long story short is, I think they were trying to make another New Vegas game, and he was going to be coming back and he'd be the bad guy. But either way, I think we made the wrong choice. But that's the story of mine. I think we made the wrong choice, but it's okay. It's okay. We made a choice at least. We didn't spin our thumbs and just think about everything like that. New Vegas was a fantastic game. Dated, but it was good. Well, one thing that really bugged me when you traverse like from point A to point B, there's nothing there, right? It's just an empty desert, kind of realistic, but meh. But it's also giving me an itch to do another Fallout just to see what other lore I can get. I've played some Fallout before, but not a lot. This is the first one I've ever beaten. I'm thinking to go back to the classics, 1 or 2, or maybe Fallout 3. You let me know down in the comments what you think I should do. Thanks for watching.